Arsenal against Crystal Palace. Patrick Vieira returns to Arsenal. Now, obviously, Mikel Arteta in his press conference said, listen, he has no doubt Vieira will be greeted with applause and cheers. And if you're a young Arsenal fan and you begin to do something that's otherwise, shame on you. James Benge, give us the update on this game, Arsenal against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I mean, a big game for Arsenal. Just to kind of, the draw with Brighton sort of soured things a bit. It was like a tad, they were certainly the second best team. And I think what is really strange about Arsenal right now is things are getting better. There is support. There's a desire from the fans in the ground, maybe not on social media, but in the ground to really show patience with Mikel Arteta. But there's not excitement. So it says a lot, I think, about the Arsenal project and where it's at, that you can buy tickets. You guys could hop on a plane to Heathrow and buy tickets to go and see Arsenal on Monday night. Now, the Emirates Stadium used to be one of the hottest tickets in town, and now Monday night. And I know it's Monday and people have to work, and there are always mitigating factors. But I think it's also the same for Aston Villa on Friday as well, that there are still tickets available on general sale, which is weird. And I think it just reflects that Arsenal are a slightly dull story right now. There is a long-term vision and maybe it's exciting, but they're not a great football team to watch. I don't feel like this is going to be a game they'll find easy. I think Conor Gallagher is going to really shine, as he always does. I think he might be one of the best midfielders on the pitch. And yeah, it's not very exciting. So I know that's not the hard sell that I should be offering. But
but surely Vieira coming back, Poppy Miller, don't you think that's a good thing?
Definitely. And I feel like just those two being on the sidelines, it's almost like Arteta's got something to prove as well against Vieira. So that's going to be really interesting. But as to James's point, I just think it's such a strange year for Arsenal because obviously we're so used to seeing them play in Europe. So now they don't have those midweek games to contend with. I feel like we really have to see them making significant improvements. Last year, Arteta spoke a lot about, it's difficult. We've got a lot of injuries. It was COVID. They've got midweek fixtures. They're on the road. They're in the Europa League, which obviously is never an easy league to play in just with the travel. So it's been a good period for them between the last international break and this one. They've done pretty well over the international break as far as no injuries, massive injuries or anything. So I think when they break up the season, they've got to keep making sure that they're climbing up the table. And this is, a team now that's looking for their sixth win across all competition, no, unbeaten in their last five, But as James just mentioned, I feel like Crystal Palace, they've really come into their own, as of late, and they love that counter-attacking football. You mentioned Conor Gallagher. He's been brilliant, hasn't he, in the middle of the park. So it's just difficult with Arsenal because I feel like you never quite know what you're going to get. And as James says, the Emirates, that plays such a big factor into how the team plays. And the fans haven't been very forgiving, understandably so, as of late. So I feel like if they don't put in a good performance, we'll see upset fans. That could have an impact. It's a Monday night. So I don't know. All these things seem to be slightly against Arsenal, but this is, Arteta's time to really start making significant improvements and especially climbing their way up the table because no one wants to see Arsenal sitting in the bottom half, that's for sure.
Just briefly, one thing to add on Vieira coming back specifically is that obviously this brings Arsenal fans back, fantastic memories. I thought Arteta said so well, one quick side note that he said so well when he was saying about he was asked, have Arsenal managed to ever replace Patrick Vieira? And he made the point, and this is completely right, that you just can't replace Patrick Vieira. World football has probably come up with maybe half a dozen Patrick Vieira replacements, if you're being generous, kind of since he's retired. The odds of Arsenal getting another Vieira are vanishingly small, but also having him on the sidelines, it will remind Arsenal fans, it will remind me of those brilliant times in the early 2000s where this was one of the best teams, if not the best team in Europe. Yeah. Where the sky was the limit. Their ambitions, that was everything. Their ambition was to go a whole season undefeated, to win the Champions League. And now what's their ambition? Maybe to finish fifth? I think everyone knows this isn't a team that can compete for titles yet. And I think that is part of the thing with Arsenal, is that a team of that stature, with that history, aiming to finish fifth is really underwhelming. And I think that's maybe going to be the challenge they have all season in terms of really getting behind this project. Is it's just not what Arsenal were dreaming of and what Arsenal fans expect from their club.